Hmm. That's better. So hello. We're back. Doing another software stream or programming stream, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we working on the same project I was working on last week. Decided to add some background music. Just cause, in like a game there's not gonna be any sound besides my talking and my keyboard, so I think it would be nice to have something else going. And I think that this is going to be royalty free music. That's what it said anyways, so but we'll see what happens. Yeah, so why don't we get into it? I should probably tab over. That would help. Yeah, so I did some thinking on the what I've been working on with the turns and all that. And honestly, I think I've just been stupid with it. Because if I remember correctly, this doesn't work properly. Because what happens... Yeah, it infinitely loops my turn for whatever reason. And honestly, I think I have been trying to overcomplicate this. Where is the code I've been working on? Game start, enemy attack, party attack. Right, this nonsense. And so for third or fourth or whatever time, I'm just gonna get rid of it and try doing something much simpler. Yeah. Okay, yeah, because this I don't need to change. So, what I need to do on a basic level is just increment the turn counter after every participant in the battle makes a move, and then check if that participant is still alive or exists, and if either of those are false, just move on to the next person. And I feel like I did that thing where, you know how sometimes you get like so into trying to implement something that you just keep adding and adding and it's not working, and you're so stuck in it in the moment that you have to get up and walk away, and then when you come back you look at it and go, what the hell was I doing? This is so simple, this is so easy, why was I trying to overcomplicate this? I think I was just getting stuck in it like that. It's been a week since I've looked at this code, so I just need to remember what this does. What I'm working with here. Yeah, I thought about streaming during the week, but this is the week I have all my appointments, so didn't really have any time. It's usually 1 week a month I'll have it where my appointments will line up in the same week, and I'll have to really only focus on those. What happens if I just leave it like this? Okay. I really need to start looking at this more than once a week. Is this... This gets the target, this... hits the target. This destroys the move menu after it goes. This increments the turn counter. This makes the battle menu pop up. Wait a minute. So this is basically taking the turn. Yeah, because it gets the target. Attacks the target. Moves the move menu. Gets the battle menu. Okay. So then after it takes the turn, need to check if okay, we got an idea. Global turn counter is greater than 4? Yeah. I'm gonna go straight to enemy attack. The same thing here. This just checks if the enemy is... If the current enemy can attack, if it does, it attacks. Gives the turn. Increments the turn counter. Then we need it so if the turn counter is greater than or equal to 9. Because it shouldn't ever go above 9, but you know, just in case something happens. It needs to call party attack. arguments does it take? Move? Or let's just have it set the turn counter to 0, I guess. Set the turn counter to 0. And then it should draw the party menu. We're gonna have to change this because I'm gonna have the player and the party have slightly different menus, so we'll have to change this when I actually figure out what I want for both of those. Because, you know, obviously the menus I have right now are just temporary things so I can test. But we can always go back and change this later. Since create later menu, it's instance create layer. Where is it? So I want to make sure I'm making it in the same place at least. 740, 400. Menu. And then what layer is it? Oh no, this is, oh god, how does this work? Menu is the layer. Yeah, the third is the layer, the fourth is the object. What is the menu called? It should be battle util? No. Battle entities, yeah. Battle menu, okay. Battle menu. I keep hitting my phone and it keeps making noise. Okay. What does this do? Just check to see. It was 2. I need to add some what are they called? Messages. Just see what the turn counter is. It's getting to 2 and it's stopping. Why is it stopping? So I need to check what's affecting the turn counter. Oh, I just realized my menu's all messed up. My window. Wrong word. Oh, here we go. Now I can see chat. I'm so focused on this I didn't even notice. Okay. So I also affect it in the battle menu code. This is what was doing the test debug menu. Okay. So why is it stopping when it gets to 2? I don't think I have anything checking for that. I don't know, it's stopping when it gets to 3 because this prints before it changes. Or after it changes. So it runs 3 times. What is stopping it? Hello. So they have in the move menu, maybe? No, it just checks if it's less than 5. Battle menu doesn't stop it because it only checks if it's less than 5. Greater than 4 should go to enemy attack. And if it is going here, it should show the message. I'm rather confused. Is this the checker code? No. I have no idea where it's getting stuck. I'm trying to think where else. Because on that screen, the only things that it would be possible to get stuck in. Because what menu is up when it gets stuck? Yeah, how's your week been? It's the battle menu that gets stuck. Interesting. So why would the battle menu not be taking input? Did I add a condition I forgot about? Oh, is it working entirely as intended? I think it's working entirely as intended. I keep doing that. Like, I keep adding things and be like, oh, why is it doing this? And it's like, oh, it's working exactly how you've wrote it. So I get rid of this, it should probably work. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, and that's checking that. Okay. So now I need to make it so it skips over the turn if the party member is dead or not existent. Just have it increment the counter. I guess, oh yeah, the problem is I don't want it, I want to do it after. Right, okay, this is where I was running into the problems, I remember now. Because after it does this, I want it to run through the rest of the party and see if they're alive. This was the part I couldn't get working properly. What I would want to do is go through the rest of them. Pair their HP and stop at any that are actually alive. I mean, if I just loop through this array, would that work? Just get the turn count, start at that position, loop through the rest of the array after it, check the HP stat, property of the whatever a property of the struct's called, I don't remember the word. Because it's status? Yeah, I want to loop through status. So yeah, let's do that, I guess. And my caps lock is on. So somehow I hit something on my keyboard. I'm not sure what that caused the light to turn on. And I don't know if it was like a combination of keys or something. But like it hasn't been affecting me typing at all, so I have no idea what's going on with it. Now I just have a random light on. So that's fun. So I want to start at turn count, or because when it first ran, it would go to 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Okay, so I only want to access this loop if it's not the last party member. But this would make it so that goes... Okay, so this stops it. Because if it is at the last party member. Right? Because the loops through the first party member goes to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So after the 4th party member, go to 5. Yeah, because then after the 3rd party member, I go to 4, and I'd want to check 4. So yeah, that works. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have this in the right order. That's not how you write for loop. Dot turn counter. And then I plus plus, I less than 4, less than or equal to 4? Less than or equal to 4. Yeah, less than or equal to 4 is what I want. Okay. I guess I could just do less than 5, but who cares? And then I want to check... Do I still have this saved? I do. Greater than 0. Actually, I want to check if it's less than or equal to 0. Because then I want to increment the turn counter. Else I can just be left alone. Yeah, that works. Because it'll increment the turn counter, thereby skipping the turn. Until it gets to 1, and then if it reaches the end. So what if it reaches the end? I want it to... Yeah, so if it reaches the end, I want it to go to enemy attack. So yeah, I actually want this after, don't I? Yeah. Okay, let's see if that works. Oh, what did I fuck up? 920? What does it not like? Assignment operator expected. Malformed force statement. What did I do wrong? Do these need to be connected? I can't remember. No. Assignment operator expected. Am I blind? I equals global turn counter. I plus plus. I less than or equal to 4. My brackets are all good. My parentheses are good. I'm using semicolons. Party attack at line 20. What does it not like? Oh, it's not like less than or equal to. Did I fuck that up? That might be it. No. Confidence expected. It's not like this, but I don't... Oh, I messed up the order. That's why. It's like, wait, what's going on? I put those in the wrong order. I don't know what was wrong with that. Okay, let's see what this does. Oh, nice. I mean, it does one more than I want it to, but that's progress. Because you should only be able to take one turn. That's right, it's letting you take 2 turns. Yeah. Okay, why is it letting me take 2 turns? Let's show the debug message after here. Let's see what that does. 1. Oh, okay. So it's getting set to 1, not 2. Why is it doing that? Is there nothing manually setting it? Does it do it every loop, I guess, is what I should check. So what's going on with this? Only doing once. We'll leave that for now, and then we'll we'll do this enemy side first. And we can fix it, the party after. I don't even know why I'm yawning, like I just woke up. So why is it only doing the first enemy's turn? I guess the first thing to check is to make sure I actually set up the enemies correctly. That would be a no. I see a test mob, but I don't see the other test mobs. What's the overworld entity? I need the battle entity. Also need to stop talking away from the microphone. Yep, HP 10. HP 10, okay. Those are all set up. Because I'm not calling this recursively. That's it. I need to call this recursively. Otherwise, it doesn't know what to do. There we go. Hey, it works. Kind of. Sort of. Oh, it's in an infinite loop now. That's not good. Let's kill that before it does something bad. Or I need the same code checking if it's dead. Right. Also, it won't die. So need to put it in between these two. And just check this to be change to be enemy status and enemy status. Okay. Oops. Nope. Let's put the turn counter here. See what's going on. What's going on? It's getting stuck at 7. Okay. I have to be careful with closing out of that, otherwise it starts lagging. Do not need to crash my computer. Okay, so why is it only updating to 7? Because this should be going all the way up to 9. Curious. Do I have it set in here? Possibly. No. Okay, so that's not the problem. Test mob 2 shouldn't be doing its updates because it doesn't exist. So that can't be the problem. Oh, because I changed the wrong thing. That'd be why. Nope, still doesn't work. Okay. So it's still not updating properly. Why is that? So why does it update properly for the party but not the enemy? What's different? I'm gonna... No, it can't be that. What makes it get stuck at 7? Because at the very least it should be going up to 8. because of the 2, because it should loop through the entire array. Because it goes up to 6. And then... God. I can scroll through all this. It gets up to 6, and then adds one more, and then it stops. Wait, do I have my signs backwards? I less than 5. HP is less than or equal to 0. No. No, okay. Didn't think so. Gotta be something. This isn't stuck in the if statement, so it is getting activated. It's only incrementing by 1. How about yeah, let's do that. Let's see what this is being... What this returns every time. Just give me an idea. Just have to be quick to kill the program. Okay, what is it being... Oh. It's not activating at all. Okay. This condition isn't being activated. Why not? I have the names of everything right? Enemy status. Enemy status, yeah. Global turn counter. Okay, .hp, yeah. Strange. Oh. Should be I, shouldn't it? Yeah, that should be I. Should be I in both of these. The fact that it works in this is a miracle. This should be I. What am I doing? Well, that works properly now. That's nice. Okay, it kind of worked, but... Because it goes to 4 and then it stops. Trying to think. Because I'm imagining it's just getting set to 4. Just need to go one more. Might need to go one more. No, because that gives you an index out of range. Yeah. Okay, I gotta think about this. I find that writing stuff down really helps me visualize things sometimes. It's kind of funny because I just keep my notebook by my computer. But it's also the notebook that I do my embroidery designs in. So it's a notebook with random coding nonsense and embroidery designs now. Let's see. So the way this works... I know this is probably something simple that I'm just overlooking, but... you know. I'll figure it out eventually. So it starts at 0. Then the code runs, turns to 1. And then it goes into the for loop. So the for loop is starting at 1, which will be the second or the first party member. Yeah, technically the first party member, since the player doesn't really, whatever. I'm just gonna call him the first party member. First party member. Their HP is at 0, so it goes to 2, which is still less than 5. And then goes to the second party member, and then the third party member, and the fourth party member. Should be reaching 5. Interesting. I should probably keep this close by so I can grab it again if I need it. Okay. Again, is it something I set in here that I forgot about? Yeah, that would be it. I gave the second party member HP. So I bet if I made this 0, I'm gonna turn off insert. If I made that 0, it would work. Yep. Interesting. Curiosity, did the second enemy take their turn? Just the first? No, both enemies took their turn. So I'll have to fix that. So when this because the second, oh, actually, I think the second party member got to take their turn. So I do, or probably. No, okay, so it's immediately. Should fix that. We'll try to fix that first. So why isn't the second party member being able to take their turn? It's instantly. Why wouldn't the second party member be able to take their turn? Because without the second party member, it works fine. If it was just the player, then it switches how it needs to. I'm putting entirely too much effort into something that is probably so much easier than what I'm making it out to be. Oh well. Oh. Interesting. So where's the 4 coming from? How is that actually working? So it goes in 0. It's turned to 1, then to 4. I think the problem is I have this in the wrong place. Well, one of the problems. There are multiple problems with this. Again, it's the thing I was saying at the beginning where you look at something for long enough and you start to glaze over your eyes. Like, this should be in an else statement, only activating after. Because I bet you if we do that. No, it still pulls up. Oh, right, yeah. Because that isn't going to the right number. Does it work if I do a full party? I'll check that. What happens if I do everyone? Again, scroll to the top. Actually, we probably should just get rid of this. The debug message right now. Just because we're not really worried about that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I get to take 5 turns. Actually, I didn't get to the point where it activated the enemy. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I took 5 turns, so that's working properly. Why'd the move menu pop up? It should have destroyed the move menu. You know, I wish GameMaker had a feature where you could search for where objects were in certain bits of code. I mean, you might be able to do that, search for where you reference an object in code, but I don't know how to. Where do I call the move menu? Here, because it gets to 5, it switches over. But for some reason the move menu is still up. Interesting. Why is it doing that? It's weird. Yeah, I don't even know what it's calling to make the move menu. Be honest with you. I'm gonna get rid of this check. I have a theory. Yeah, it's randomly bring up the move menu. I don't know why. Because I do destroy it after I call it. So let's just comment this out for now. Because I want to figure out why the move menu keeps on showing up. Is it this? Oh, it's less than 5. It should only be if I click on the turn menu. Although, if I turn... Because I was having problems with the code. Where I would click on the battle menu and in an instant the move menu would be clicked on as well. So I wonder if it's something like that. Well, I shouldn't have that problem anymore because it's whenever I release the mouse button. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that switches, which is what it's supposed to do. But if I got rid of like this, what happens? 2. The fuck? Oh, because it's checking. Right. Right, because it's checking all of it. I need to make it so it's only the next one. That's why it's doing that. So I guess nest the if statements? So basically check if the next one is dead. Then call this code. If not, run as normal. That might be why I'm having problems. Then we can just do turn count +1. Although, if I'm at the end. Like, I'm not gonna nest another conditional. But I mean, they go left to right, right? So if I put the first conditional is that it's not at, the end, it'll check that one first. I think that's how that works, at least. I don't know. It's been entirely too long since I've been in a computer science classroom. We'll just, try, see if it works. If it doesn't, we'll figure something out. Okay, so... Right, if turn count is not 4 is not equal to 4. Okay. God damn it. I thought that would work. Because it should only be going in here if, yeah, it should only be going in here if the next one's null. Oh, I should probably break then, shouldn't I? Well, no. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, now I can see where the spiraling code monster came from. Because I only want to add everything if the entire rest of it's null. If not, I only want to add part of it. Or if, like, you know, the next one's alive, but the next one, the one after that's dead, and the next one's alive, like, you don't only want to add one. Okay, this is actually more complicated than I thought it was going to be. Oh, I can't think of simple, easy solutions. And again, probably is, it's just I'm not thinking of it. Let's see. So I need to make it so we'll go to the next alive party member. Oh! Only enter this loop if the next party member is dead, which is what I'm checking for. And then have it count up until it reaches the alive party member. Then break out the loop. Yeah, that works. So what we want this to do is we want to change this around a bit so it counts up and then it checks if they're alive. And then if so, it wants to break. Yeah, that should work. God damn it. I thought I was being clever there. I really did think I was being clever. Okay. So this checks, make sure it's not the last one. And then it checks if the one after it is dead. Which it isn't. So I don't know why it's entering there in the first place. Yeah, if global turn counter plus 1 equals 0, is less than or equal to 0, then it should go in here. But it shouldn't on the first go through, because it starts at 0. The turn counter starts at 0 plus 1, so that's 1, and then party status 1 is this guy who has 10 HP, and that is greater than 0. Should skip all this nonsense. Oh boy. Unless I've messed up somewhere else. It's entirely possible. Oh, yeah, that'd be why. because I'm incrementing the turn counter. Huh. Interesting. What happens if I get rid of that? Okay, 0, 0, 0. And then if I do... put that back... Starts at 1. So this shouldn't be turn counter plus 1. That's why I'm having problems. It should just be turn counter. Yeah, I'm not hitting block. 4? Okay. Interesting. What the hell is happening here? That's kind of loud. So it starts at 1. And after it stays at 1, which it should, starts at 2, goes to 4. Interesting. Maybe if I check this before, that might be better. 1, 2 to 3, okay. 4 to 4, 5. And then this is crashing out. Okay. So, starts at 1. The next one has health, so it stays the same. It's fine. Goes through, gets incremented to 2. Next one has no health, so it goes to 3. Gets up to 4. Next one has health, so that's fine. Ends at 4, and then it doesn't switch when it goes to 5. Okay. Which means I need to check. I need to put this first. And then it should work as intended. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, better. Why is it not happy? So yeah, it gets to 5, and then it should do this and go to enemy attack. Execution error, variable index 5 out of range 5, party status. That's interesting. Because it should be getting in here. Because global turn counter is 5, and then it should go to enemy attack. Yeah, why is it even hitting this line? Because it should be going here and then going to enemy attack. I keep clicking the wrong chat to ban the bots. There we go. I'm gonna do something really stupid. You know, it's my questionable quality code. I can do it with it as I please. Actually, no, I just have the number wrong, don't I? Wow, blind. Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah. Just had the number wrong. Yeah, 1, 2, 4, 5. Perfect. Took me a little bit, but I figured it out. Okay, good. And then it's the enemy turn. So they're not doing anything, which is confusing. Huh. It's, okay, no, Okay, so it's doing that. So it is hitting this. I guess just because this is broken, it's not. Well, it's 5. When it's going to enemy attack. Let's get rid of this because this doesn't work. What does it do? Yeah, it's still 5. It should be getting here. It's interesting. Don't know why it's not triggering. Could not tell you. Interesting. Because turn counter is at 5. So this should be turn counter, which is 5, minus 5, which is 0. Should be the first item in the enemy status, which is the first test enemy, which has health. So it should be displaying that it's, attacking. But it's not. I don't know why. Because it's going into enemy status. Because if I change this to like, whatever, it should show up. Yeah, see? Shows up. What is doing the, it's the checker code? No, it's the enemy code itself. Right, yeah, because I think the enemy code does that. Oh, is what going on is that the enemy's dying? Oh, that's what's happening. The first enemy's dying. And since I don't have this set up properly, it just isn't doing anything, right? So once I add that code, it should work properly. Right, okay. That's what's going on. So I just take this and modify it so it works with the enemy code. But I have to put this after this. Or I mean, might work a bit differently. Again, change these to enemy status. Then this will be 9. HP is less than 0. Enemy. I'm gonna have to go through and comment all this after I'm done. Otherwise, I'm gonna come back in a week and be like, what the hell did I do? Oh boy. Yeah, there we go. So that should work. Oh, what happened? Index out of range. Oh yeah, because I have to do -5. Right, because we're dealing with the enemies. And nothing, okay. It's interesting. We'll see what's going on. Put E just so I know it's the enemy turns. And then turn counter. And we'll see why this isn't working. Interesting, okay. Oh, I guess my code doesn't work if the first enemy is, dead? Is that what's going on? I guess we can check that really quick by, giving the player 0 health. And seeing if that breaks this. No, works fine. So it's not a problem with that. Wait, did that work? 1, 2, 4, 5? Yeah, because the 5 isn't actually... Right, because it doesn't give me 5 turns, does it? Just give me 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn it, it's giving me 4 turns. It's giving me 1 too many turns. That's a problem. Because, right, there's only 3, so you should only get 3 turns. So I guess it should be the first thing that gets checked then. That might fix it. Yeah. Maybe? What would that do? 0, 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. I feel like I had to click that 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it keeps showing up. Why did it show up? It's interesting. Because it's just, I don't think it's this, but you know, maybe the possibility. Actually, we should just delete it if it's... Yeah, might as well just put the instance destroy here. Use it as a sort of fail safe in case it's showing up when it's not supposed to. But only after you click it. This needs to be something that I check every frame. Oh god. Add event, there it is. Beginning. I guess just call it what you want. So if global dot turn count is greater than 4, greater than or equal to 5, I guess. Same difference. It's the beginning of the frame? Yeah, at the beginning. Okay. Dealt with that. Yeah, it's snowing out there, alright. I don't know what it is about the weekends lately, but it feels like when it snows, it only does it all the weekends. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I suppose that works. Yeah, because the menu just doesn't show up. Good. Okay, so it's 5. It's still at the enemy attack. We can get rid of this. So why isn't it... What happens if I free this from its cage? Oh. Gets stuck. It's interesting, that only gets stuck there if that gets stuck in an infinite loop. Which I find very fascinating. So if I put this before... No, still happens. It's because the idea is I wouldn't put a turn counter here. Like increase. Because it would be either hitting this or this. I mean, I don't have to check the enemy status, right? No, I do have to check it for the first one, don't I? Like, unless I'm always making the assumption that the first enemy is alive, but I can't. I guess I kind of make that assumption with the player, don't I? Do I? Because no, it will skip over straight to 1. It's just the turn counter starts at 0. But I mean, the player always has to be alive, so... At the start of the battle, at least. Because I haven't made a hard determination on whether or not the player needs to always be kept alive else it's like an instant game over kind of deal. Because, like, because the way I see it is that even if the player is not able to attack, they're able to be attacked. Because my main thoughts on that were like, oh, if the player is knocked down, then you lose access to certain abilities for your party members. Which, with the idea I have in my head, makes sense. Like, mechanically wise. But I mean, I could just have it so if the player gets knocked down, like, you black out or whatever. Because I have played games where they do that. Your party members can faint. If the player faints, then it's game over. Yeah, why don't we just do that? We'll add those checks later, but we can just make it like that. But with the enemies, it's different because the first enemy can absolutely be knocked out, and the other ones will be, you know, what's the word? Will still be alive, yeah. So I kind of do have to check. At least the first time. How about this? Why don't we make it so this runs first? Because if this runs first, then it's going to start at our position. And then if it's dead, it's going to go into here and go to the next alive one. But if they're alive, it'll just skip over it. So yeah, I can just do that. Put that first. Then have it do this. What if it gets to the end though? It still has to check. Because I don't want this to go if... Because if it gets to 4... Would it go to 5? Need to look at how this works again. Yeah, because the last thing that happens here is it's 5. Well, because it starts at 0 and runs till 5. Okay. Why don't we just see if the first idea works and we can deal with the rest of it later. 2, 4, 5, 6, and out of range. Did I forget a -5 somewhere? It said I got to 6? Where is it? Variable out of range, party status. The left release a move menu. Okay, that's interesting. No, party attack, okay. Line 25. But it's... Okay, we just make this greater than 4. Oh, so because I'm clicking on it after it's... That might be it. Because do I have a check on move menu? No, I check if it's less than 5. So it shouldn't do anything if it's less than 5. Or if it's greater than 5. So it shouldn't be able to click on it again. Menu line 7. Again, if turn counter is greater than 4, it shouldn't be activating at all. Interesting. Yeah, when it resets it, it turns it back to 0. Why don't I slow down my rapid clicking? Okay. It's then, but it has the problem. Not this line specifically. Global turn counter. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? Come on. 2, 3, 4 is the problem. There. Just get rid of this altogether. What does this do? Oh, did I get rid of the bracket? Yeah. What was I doing? Right, instance create. Instance. Where do I have it written out? There we go. Got my little parenthesis. Oh boy. Let's put that there. Turn counter is greater than 4. Enemy attack. Global party starts. Global turn counter. HP less than 0. Maybe? Let's try that. Okay. Is what it doing calling enemy attack, running enemy attack, and then coming back to this? I think that's what's happening. Yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Oh boy. I'm closing loop, push to break. I need to do some reading. I'm gonna do some research real quick. Because I don't know how to do what I want to do. That's not what I want. No, that's not it. So I basically just want to end this script. But I'm not sure how you do that. Because I don't want it to go back to this, the problem. Because if I were to do something like, I would do something like to set the turn count to 0 or whatever. At the end of this, I bet it would work. Yeah, that was the problem. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that was the problem. Which means I should get this working. Everything should work well. So let's just get this working and we should be all set. Took me an embarrassingly long time to figure that out. So this isn't doing anything, which is interesting. My question is, why is this infinitely looping? What the hell is it doing? This makes no sense. Oh, because it keeps calling this, right? So what if I get rid of this? What does it do? Interesting. Let's get rid of this. So I'm more interested in this right now. Because this obviously needs to go after. We need to call enemy attack somewhere else, so I think is what we're gonna have to do. Maybe here, honestly, probably be my best bet. One, two, three, four. Hits 5, breaks. So it goes back in here. That's the problem. The enemy doesn't even get a chance to call the enemy thing. Because this is acting a 5th time is the problem. One, two, three, four. It starts at 2. Goes up to 3. Oh boy. Because it ends at the right number. The problem is it beginning at the right number, I guess. Was he even ending at the right number? Because it starts at 1. Because at this point, it starts at 0, ends at 1. Starts at 1, gets set to 2, ends at 3. Starts at 3. Ah, shit, it's not starting at the right number, is it? Because I should really be looking at what it starts with. Okay, no, it's starting at the right thing. Starts at 0, goes to 1. Starts at 1, goes to 3. Starts at 3, goes to 4. Starts at 4, tries to go to 5. Breaks. Okay. How do I get to exit the script? So I guess my problem. How do I end the script early? Because if I have a check that if it's at 5, it needs to end the script. So I guess if this does equal 4. I don't know if this will work, but I might have already tried this. It's worth a shot. Turn counter. Greater than or equal to 4. Less than or equal to 4. Right? Yeah. Two, 3. Less than 4. No, less than or equal to 4. Yeah. Hey, yeah, that fixed it. One. Just make sure I have 4 A's. 1, 2, 3, 4 A's. Perfect. And then the enemy goes. Enemy, 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 enemy. Yeah. Is that actually working? I mean, kind of working. Five, 6, 7, 8. Interesting. Okay. Well, I fixed that at least. I'll count that as a victory. The problem is getting this to actually function properly. Oh boy. Attacks. So attack, then check. Well, I need to check first because, again, the first enemy might be dead, so I don't want it to go. Yeah. Because, right, I need to check first. Huh. For whatever reason, it's not skipping over the dead enemies. I mean, I can get rid of this, can't I? Because it's just... Battle menu. No, I need to keep that. Yeah. So why is it not skipping over the dead enemies, I guess is the question. So this should be 10. Even with that, it only does 4. Interesting. Very interesting. Because that apps it to 10 and then... No, that's actually working right. Because I... Right, yeah. Because a 10th, a 9 is it's changing to 9. It's just because I don't show it until after it increments. Curious if this is getting triggered at all. Is it getting triggered at all? No, it's not getting triggered at all. Okay. So something is wrong with how I did this that it's not getting triggered at all. Global turn counter is not equal to 10, and enemy status is greater than 0. So what if I got rid of this part? Is it this part? No, it's the first part. Okay. I don't get how it's the first part, but huh. What if I just do that? What is going on? Oh! Wow. Okay. Right in front of my face. I even said it out loud that I need to always... Wow, okay. Interesting, okay. So E10 is getting hit. Why is E10 getting hit? Just greater than 9? Probably? No, E10 is still getting hit. You want to do greater than 9. Interesting. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because it's getting checked before. How do I handle it over here? Yeah, that gets... Hmm. 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 I will be right back. Okay, I am back. Alright, so it's doing an extra, which I'm trying to figure out. This should work. Right. Right. I guess, I mean, we could just do this the quick and lazy way of don't do it if you're 10. Yeah, that works. Hmm. Nine. Let's see if that works. Oh. Where's the... Ah, there we go. Oh. Interesting. I did that backwards, didn't I? Yeah, I did it backwards, that's why. Okay. And then this time, let's kill this enemy. Yep, still works. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't switch. Okay, that's why. I was gonna say, wait, did I break that? Yeah, okay. Good. Okay, I think I fixed it. Well. Okay. That took entirely too long. Okay. Now that we finally have that done, we can move on to whatever it was I was planning on doing before I noticed the problems. Which I can't even remember at this point. So it was definitely a battle thing. Um. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, you know what I should do? I should probably um leave myself some notes. I mean, it's pretty simple code. I feel like I can look back at this rather easily and be like, oh, okay, this is how this works. It's not like it's something else. I mean, I could have it so the enemies actually attack instead of just showing the debug message. I gotta figure out what I want to do for the enemy damage formula. Because I assume just using the same... Yeah, probably just keeping the same damage formula I have here will work. So now that I know that this works... just have it so... Probably look at this. Again, we can just Ooh. Yeah, how are they gonna target? Right, because to do that, I need to figure out how I'm gonna do enemy AI. So my idea for enemy AI is to do it on like 3 levels. One for basic enemies, one for special enemies, you know, like mini bosses, rare enemies, whatever you want to call them. And then a third for bosses. So, basic enemy AI. I mean, I could do a special AI for every enemy. Or, you know, add little quirks to every enemy if I want to. I think for like the basic enemy AI, what I'm gonna do is just have a random chance of using each move they have with maybe like a higher percentage for moves that are super effective or whatever, or that are hit weaknesses, and a lower percentage for status for status moves. Yeah, that sounds good. So let's make a new script. Call it just basic AI. Basic AI. let's just write that out, my ideas for it. It's not a slash. This is a slash. There we go. So 1 has a random chance of using each move. 2, higher priority. Yeah, it's like a priority. I'll go with that. Priority for moves that hit weaknesses. Weakness. Then lower chance for status. Okay. So actually, I don't know. I haven't used the random function in GameMaker, so I just need to see how that works. Did I close? I closed on my GameMaker tab. Of course I did. GameMaker. I really do appreciate their documentation. It is nice. Where is it? Do I have it saved? Oh, that's GitHub. I have entirely too many tabs pulled up on my bookmarks saved in my there it is. Entirely too many bookmarks saved on my bookmark bar. Some of them are years old. I don't even know what they are anymore. Okay, so we want the random function. Random 100, return 0 to 100. Use numbers on integers, random 0.5, 0.5. Random set seed, random range. Okay, so I need to call randomize at the beginning of the game. go. So now it will be truly random. And then he's gonna be a large chance status. Okay. So it's 6 moves I think I went with. Everyone has 6 moves they can work with. So first thing I need to do is how do I weight the averages? Oh, this is gonna require math, ain't it? Yeah. See, I was never good with doing the math for this kind of stuff, but well, looks like we're gonna figure it out. So originally everything, so if all moves are the same, there's no weaknesses, no statuses, everything will have a 1 in 6 chance of or a 1 in however many, not 1 in 6, a 1 in however many moves the enemy has chance of being chosen. Why don't we just go with the simplest example, which would be a 1 in 3, because that would be 1 neutral move, 1 weakness move, and 1 status move. So just make it a set percentage more likely, I guess. For it to be chosen. So like, I don't know. Maybe it's like 10% more likely if it's weak, and then 10% less likely if it's status. How the heck would I even go about doing that though? I mean, I could just have it if I wanted to do like a quick and dirty version of this. So that if it's more likely, then have it so 2 numbers, assign it 2 numbers it could possibly be. And if it's less likely, assign it So let's go back to our so if we have our three possibilities, let's say we generate a number from 0 to 5, so that's 6 numbers. And then 1 to 2 would be the first move, 2 to 3 would be the second, and then 4 to 5, 2 to 3, wow. Let's try that again. 0 to 1 would be the first move, 2 to 3 would be the second, 4 to 5 would be the third. And then why don't we make it so, the first one is the normal move, and then the second one, since it's weak, is actually, So we add a number. It could be, I'm trying to think of what the best way to explain this, because I have an idea in my head. It's like basically at a base, every number gets or every move gets an equal chance, right? And we represent that by it having, so it generates twice as many the number it generates is twice as many moves as there is. So, if there's 3 moves, it's going to generate 6 numbers. Or it's going to generate between, 0 to 5. That way, if 0 to 1, it would be the first one, 2 to 3 would be the second, 4 to 5 would be the third. Then we take into account the weaknesses and the status. So we would add one number to be generated to the range for the weakness, and then we'd subtract 1 for the status, so it would just still be 0 to 5. But in doing that, it now becomes 0 to 1 is the regular, 2 to 4 is the weakness, and 0 to 1 is the regular, 2 to 4 is the weakness, and 5 is the status. So that way it's more likely to choose the weakness than the regular, than the status. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So basically, generate twice as many numbers as moves. Generate twice as many numbers as moves. Add one number. Add 1 to range for every weakness. Subtract 1 for status. Status. Apply to moves. Example, 1 is neutral, 1 is regular, first is regular, we shouldn't use numbers, first is regular, second is weak, third is status, status 1 to 6 or 1 to 5 turns into 1 to 5, 1 to 5 turns into 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turns into 1, 2. God damn it. 0 to 5, 0 to 5, 0 to 1, 2 to 4, 0 to 1, 2 to 3, 4 to 5, turns into 0 to 1, 2 to 4, 5. Yeah, something like that. Okay. So we want to get range equals random. And we want the length. Oh god, what is that function? I think it's length. It's array length. Yeah. Enemy moves. Turn. Global dot turn counter -5. Times 2. And then we got to, well, the first check will be easier. We're gonna check for, we need to loop through it twice, 2 separate times. Once for weakness, once for status. So I have some enemies weak to status. Should I have that count for and against it? Yeah, I'll have it count for and against it. The hard part will be assigning the ranges, honestly. That I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to do. Actually, no, I don't have to do. I think I know how to do this. So I equals range, or I equals 0. I less than or equal to range. I plus plus. So how am I gonna do this? I think I'm going to assign. I'm going to assign values in a 2D array. Yeah, assign values in a 2D array. So, you know, if it's the values blank to blank. It's wrong. So at max will be 6 long and 3. Yeah, 6 and 3. No, I don't want to do the random there. I just want the range just be the array. Right, because the range will be the array length times 2. Make the 2D array. And then what we want to do is we want to assign values in the array. And then if we want to assign values in a 2D array, we have to use a nested for loop, right? Yeah. No. j less than 4. Right, because it'll only ever go up to 3. And then what we want to do is check. So if I mean, they don't necessarily have to be sequential. It doesn't really matter if they're sequential or not. Yeah, so we could assign everything at least one value to start out with. Then add 1 or 2 depending on add either 1, 2, or nothing depending on yeah, let's do that. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, I actually don't know if it's right, because not everything's gonna have 6 moves. Right. So the first thing I need to check is, because it will always have at least 1 move to use. So if because 0 is my default value? 0 is my default value. So if global enemy moves, yeah, I got all this. So first check if global enemy moves, turn counter. I is not equal to 0. So yeah, if it's not equal to 0, because the I is checking the moves, the 3, because the first, okay, so first make sure that the move actually is there, it has a move. Then we need to check, so this first case will be if the move is just neutral damage. Because there's 3 cases. The move is neutral, the move is weak, the move is status. Though I guess it could be neutral and status. No, neutral will be that it's nothing else is happening to it. Because it can be neutral, it can be weak, it can be status, it can be weak and status. So those are the 4 cases I have to consider. So it's just neutral. And Huh. We are going to... I think it would be best just to put like a function like is status here, or is weak. Just like a function or something that we can call. Yeah, little function. And then have it take the... It doesn't need the current enemy, but it needs the targeted enemy. It's the target. Needs the target, it needs the move. Yeah, it needs the target, it needs the move. So, we're just gonna go with 0 for now. And then the move will be I. So if it is weak, or is and is not weak, and cool enemy moves. Cool. Dot move list. Global dot move list. Oh, good lord! How do you call? I keep forgetting how to call a struct and an array of structs. This, yeah, you do this. Do I know the move being used? Dot move list. The move being called would be global dot enemy moves. Hi. Any move, that'll be global dot turn counter, and then this would be I, and it continues. Dot. Oh, good lord. Yeah, and I want to get outside of that bracket, square bracket. Move list. Dot. Oh. It's an array of structs. Malform variable expressing. Yeah, it's an array of arrays. I didn't call that right, did I? Fuck. So that should return a number. Well, I can't see all of it because you're not going over all the way. If you would go over all the way, I could see what the hell's going on. Just delete this for a second. I need to make this bigger so I can actually see what's going on. Oh, that's why. That helps. Status. How am I calling this in other places? I'm obviously not calling this right. Yeah, it's brackets dot. So I don't know why it's giving me problems. Behave. 1 dot status. So if I try to replace this with global dot global dot move enemy moves. It's a problem? But I'm accessing the value in the array. Why is that a problem? Global turn counter -5. Okay, I thought that wasn't going to be a problem. I was like, wait, that's completely valid. Okay. So if it is not weak and does not equal status, then actually, wait, yeah. I'm thinking about it now. Oh, there's so much snow on the ground outside. It's so upsetting. If I'm doing it this way. If I'm doing it this way, then I don't actually need to, I don't actually need the other loop, do I? So I just do it this way. Temp. temp I, or I think push goes first. Yeah, read.push. Read.push. Temp I. Why is it not like that? Oh yeah, yeah. Change that to R. And this to count. Then any value. There's count. 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 Count plus. Because it's only going to be doing it twice. Yeah, okay. Now, else. Then we want it if it is weak. So then it's going to do it. Is weak. And is a status. And it's going to do it both. It's going to do it twice as well. And then if it's weak, it's going to do it. Three times, and then else. Should only do it once. Okay. Well, let's have it print out. And then we'll have it print out the enemy R, or print out R. So I'm able to make sure it worked. Right. Yeah, because I don't really need to get the range, do I? It doesn't really matter. Because this should do it naturally anyways. And then generate a random number. Random random number from 0 to, or it should be irandom. Irandom from 0 to count, because that's inclusive. And check equals irandom, 0 to count. J less than 5. J plus plus. Because we do need Actually, I need to check something real quick. Perfect. Thought there might be a function for that. So if array contains I check equals 0. Move equals I and break. And then we'd want it to return, not remove. Return, move. Ah, okay. And this would be basic. Doesn't take any variables, right? No. You just have to write this is weak function, which should be simple enough, honestly. Because I'd be just checking if the target's listed weakness contains, how do I think I have weaknesses the way they listed out is a string of numbers, because there wasn't, because there's 10 potential weaknesses, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 10 potential weaknesses. And you can't have a 10-digit number. Yeah. So just parse the string. Oh boy, string manipulation, my favorite. Always hated those assignments in class. Yeah, let's look at the string variables. Not string variables, the string functions. Return the character position of an instance of a substring within a string. So I don't want to get that. I want to check a specific character in a string and check if it's a specific character. Use this function to return a specific character at a specific position in a string. Perfect. Index starting at 1 for the first character? Okay. Okay. So, if many handy functions in this engine. What is it? String char at. If string char at status is the last one. So it starts at 1, so that would be 10. How's this written? String index, string char at, global dot, I'm not checking. What am I talking about? I need to make this a switch. Yeah, that's what I need to do because I need different positions for different because I need different cases for each 10 positions in the string. Switch. And we want this to be the type of the move. Dot move list. Global dot move enemy moves. Global dot move list, global dot enemy moves. Global dot turn counter -5. And then this should be move, right? Yeah, this should be move. Because, yeah, we want to, this is in the move list. So this gets the proper move. And then we want the, what are you mad about? Malform variable addressing expression. What is it called? It is type is what I called it. Dot type. Right? Because that gets the correct move. That reference, because that gets the move, that gets it, references the move list, that references the type, okay? Case 1. Oh god. Okay, that's the syntax. Actually, let's start at 0. case 3, case 4, case 5, 6, case 7, case 8, case 9. And case 9. That's what we want to go up to. Okay. If this needs to return true. Like a variable called check, set to false. So you want to check if the string char at global dot this will be the player or the party stats string char at global party stats. We want target target dot do I have weakness under stats? Did I seriously put weakness under status? I have weakness under stats. Why is it not showing up? Dot stats. Oh, stats, that's all I want. I want weak. Oh boy. Yeah, any stats. Right, okay, yeah. Oh boy. Right, I wanted the stat to be, the weakness to be determined by like, equipables and stuff. So it'll go under status, I guess, since it can change. That was kind of my idea behind splitting stats and status. Status is things that can change, in the middle of a battle. So, you know, the HP, the MP, whether or not it has a status effect applied to it. Whereas stats are more I guess I would go under status still then, wouldn't it? Because your weaknesses aren't going to change in the middle of the battle. Basically, like, the idea is status is more loose and will change in battle. Stats in general are harder and will only change like after battle. Because like, yeah, your attack will be temporarily increased in battle, but for the most part, attack will only raise when you raise your level or you change your equipment. It was kind of the basic idea behind it, to try to keep some sort of organization behind it. Weakness. It's the string, and then I'm looking for a 1. I'm looking at. Yeah, position 1, because this is the first one. Position 1 equal 1. Then check equal true. And then turn check. Then we can just copy this. That's the only thing we need to change. 3. 4. 5. I'm changing the wrong number. God damn it. I could have also just not deleted those, but you know what? We don't use our brains around here. Oh boy. Using our brain hurt too much, as you can clearly tell by what I've been doing tonight. Did I miss a 1, 2, 3? Yeah. God damn it. Okay, there we go. There's that. Now we can use this in general for checking weakness. I should probably save. I've done a lot of work. I have a bad habit of not saving because I'm used to autosave on everything. Okay. Where are we at? About 3.5 hours? Okay, well, I think we're gonna call it there for tonight. Leave a little bit of mystery about whether or not the code works. My guess is that it probably doesn't, but we will see tomorrow. Yeah, I should be around a similar time tomorrow, maybe a little bit later. More with more of this. I won't be doing these coding streams every time. It's just I've kind of been hit with the inspiration to do it. So for at least a little bit, I'll be sticking with this. There are a few games that I have played in the past that are gonna be getting updates here in the future. So I might end up playing one of those on stream when they get updated. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed.